Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Wake Me Up Inside, and we are going to find out your person's thoughts and feelings right now. And we will be having an 18 plus extended reading for those of you that would like to join me on my Vimeo channel. There'll be a link below, and let me just go ahead and ring the bell here. I'm going to ring this bell. Okay, open up the energy. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of all three piles present in here today. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Okay. And a couple quick announcements. If you don't want to miss me when I go live, sometimes quite randomly, you can go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell notification to receive all notifications. Those of you wondering if I do personal readings, indeed I do. And in my description box below is information on how to book one. Also, you can feel free to check out my other YouTube channel, Light of Ascension Tarot. And if you feel like following me on social media, you can check me out on TikTok or Instagram. Details for how to do so are below, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and get into it today. We have pile number 1, which is the purple tea light. Pile number 2, which is the pumpkin spice tea light. And pile number 3, which is the black tea light, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Take a deep breath, let it fill your lungs, big deep breath, exhale. What color are you feeling today? Is it purple? Is it pumpkin spice? Is it black? What are you feeling today? We are gonna go ahead and get into it, my darlings, and spray a little Florida water and clear the energy, and let's go ahead and do it. Also, and for those of you that are wondering if Wake Me Up Inside is a reference to the band Evanescence and their song Bring Me Back to Life, you would be correct, okay? So we are gonna go ahead and get into your reading today. Let's go ahead and do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light. Today's reading is called Wake Me Up Inside, and we're gonna look at your person's thoughts and feelings today. And we will be having an 18 plus extended reading for those of you that would like to join me on my Vimeo channel, okay? And we're gonna go ahead, pile number 1, I'm just gonna take my top Invisalign tray off here for a second because it's like, oh my God, it's making me feel like I can't talk today. Anyway, pile number 1, I digress. We're going to have an extended reading for you today, pile number 1. If you'd like to join me on my Vimeo channel, there'll be a link in the description box below. We already said the opening prayer, so let's go ahead and get some challenging messages. Okay, let's get some channeled messages for pile number 1. Okay, Spirit is talking about a goat or goats in general. So we could have some Capricorns in this pile or people that have heavy Saturn energies in your chart, but talk is Capricorn the goat. Okay, let's see what else here. Some of you may be interested in someone with that in their chart, but let's go ahead and check it out. What else? Okay, Spirit's talking to me about ivory. And that could be dish soap, it could be actual soap, it could be somebody's wearing the color ivory today. And I also feel like Spirit is telling me ivy, okay, as a name. Maybe you know someone with that name. Hopefully no one has poison ivy, right? Anyway, let's see what else. Have you ever had poison ivy, pile number 1? I haven't. I hear it's not too fun though, okay? All right, let's see. Anything else here for pile number 1, Spirit? Okay, I just heard after the tone, like leave a message, beep, like that, okay? So maybe someone just left you a voicemail, or you need to call someone and leave them a voicemail. Most people don't even leave a voicemail these days. They just send a text or something. But let's see what else here for pile number 1 for channeled messages. Okay, I just heard don't mistake me for a fool, okay? So I feel like some of you have been getting, maybe you've been having some conversations with people lately where you had to tell them, hey, don't mistake me for a fool, whether it's at your job, whether it's with family, whether it's, you know, with a lover, friends, etc. It's like, you know, I've done so much up to this point, but don't mistake me for a fool, okay? So anyway, yeah, we have the 10 of Wands. So on the bottom of the deck here, so you guys really pushing hard in your life right now and carrying a lot of the burden. And it isn't going to be that way forever, pile number one. And at some point, you know, this energy is going to have to, for those of you that have been feeling quite heavy, the energy is going to have to release off of you, okay? It just can't be that way forever. And maybe you've told people like, you're overworking me, or you're, you know, I can't take on that extra project, it's too much. Or, you know, if you can't respect my boundaries, then, you know, I'm just going to completely withdraw. Okay. So maybe some of you have been having those kinds of conversations. Or, okay. And Spirit is also telling me BB, okay, which could be somebody's name. BB, or like the initials, it could be BB, the initials, and anyway, or it could be like a BB gun. But let's go ahead. Have any of you ever did you guys get hit by a BB gun when you were younger? Like, did you have a sibling that did that, or a friend that did that, or did you accidentally do that to someone? Because Spirit is talking to me about that. Anyway, Spirit's also showing me the color yellow, which to me, some of you could be wearing that. You could be looking at whatever, you're looking at that color. But let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm going to get all the cards out first, pile number one, and we're going to find out their thoughts and feelings. We have blessings and thanks for an abundant universe. We have judgment and the Queen of Cups. Here you are, pile number one. I think people put a lot of stuff on you because you handle it so gracefully and so easily. And, you know, and you guys aren't complainers, but like I said, with the Judgment card here, it's enough, you know, it's enough. So we're going to get more info. We have messages and dreams. So with the Queen of Cups is Cancer in tarot. So someone could be having dreams about a Cancer. And I mentioned Capricorns earlier. We have the Mystic. Here you are, pile number one. And look at that lovely purple. And some of you may love the color purple because we've got this, she's wearing this beautiful purple gown, it looks like. So reveling in intimate union here on a spiritual level. We have growth and judgment. All right. Sometimes the hardest situations bring us the most growth in life. And yeah, I feel like you guys have helped this person to grow some way in life, okay? And talk about Wake Me Up Inside, the name of this reading, which is the Judgment card. And Judgment is a card of liberation, power, and, you know, breaking free. So wake me up inside and help me grow, right? And share your blessings with me is what I feel like this person is saying with this blessing and thanks. Okay, and wanting to share some gratitude with you here. We have card number 47. We could have people in their 40s in this pile, but we have the Fox energy, okay? Ooh, I like that. I like it. Pile number one. Ooh, the Fox and the Tiger. Hey now, that is pretty hot. And the Tiger to me definitely goes with the Judgment card. And that fire, that spirit of the primal fire that Judgment is, okay? And, you know, I feel like this person has had some things in their life that have happened that they felt like have held them back at times. And I feel like this person is saying no more. And they're not going to let anything hold themselves back from growing or possibly growing in this connection with you. Okay, pile number one, let's see what else here. We have Mercury and communication, okay? So this person wanting some type of communication with you, with the Fox and growth, thinking about how they can intelligently convey a message to you here. We have the first house of self, okay? So we have talking to oneself, all right? With the first house in Mercury, this person's like, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking in my sleep with these messages and dreams. And someone here may have a habit of talking to themselves a lot. Some people do that, they'll like mumble under their breath or talk to themselves a lot. Pile number one, is that you or them? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So two major arcanas here. So, you know, this connection has shifted, you know, many times. This connection has been already, I feel like this connection has already been through some shifts and changes, okay? And I feel really itchy right now, pile number one. So maybe some of you are feeling itchy right now too. Like my throat all of a sudden, like the outside of my throat feels itchy, like my neck. Okay, but pile number one. So this person, as far as their thoughts and feelings, they are trying to get a message to you here with Mercury. And I feel like with Judgment, they're trying to say, I've changed. And with this blessings and gratitude, because of you, I have changed, okay? And with this Mystic in the first house, I feel like they're saying, you know, you have really opened my eyes and opened doorways for me in my life. Whether you know that or not, you've helped me to see myself in a different way because of your influence, okay? And some of you here, you may resonate with being a mystic or being a reader, or just knowing things intuitively at times here, okay? And I feel like this person reaching out to touch your face, pile number one, okay? And I feel like sometimes, you know, you know how sometimes people feel like they're not real at times, and then they like, I don't know, maybe this is maybe this is not a common thing, but like it's like touching the face and being like, am I real, right? And sometimes in a dream, you don't know, is it real or is it reality? And then you look at your hands and say, am I really in this dream, or am I in the dream or am I in reality? Okay, so I do think there's some of that going on here with the Queen of Cups and messages and dreams. I feel like you guys are in this person's dreams, pile number one. And talk about wake me up inside with Judgment. And this person having a lot of thoughts and dreams about you. Some of you may be astral projecting to this person with this mystic here. I almost said mistress with this mistress here. Some of you guys may be astral projecting to this person and they're feeling that open door with you, okay? But I also feel like this person is saying, thank you for connecting me to my higher self. Judgment, thank you, Kit, for connecting me to parts of myself that I did not know before, that I was not aware of, okay? And this person, it says here, is reveling in an intimate union, okay? And an intimate with the first house of self, you know, reveling in an intimate union with their own self-image, their life philosophy, their expression and the entry point into themselves, okay? This is pretty spiritual, pile number one, as far as wake me up inside. And something about this person wanting to change with Judgment here, wanting to change the way with Mercury and growth here, change the way that they communicate and become a better communicator. And maybe this is something that you alerted to this person of, pile number one, and you said, hey, you know, like maybe you pointed some stuff out to this person, pile number one here, with the Queen of Cups coming through for you guys being quite psychic, pile number one, or being quite empathetic. But maybe you let this person know, hey, you know, I'm also getting someone who communicates like a blunt instrument, or someone who just kind of tells it like it is, okay? But I feel like, you know, you've helped this person to change when it comes to that. With Mercury and growth, I feel like this person also would like to maintain an attitude of gratitude and see the communication and the interactions between you two change and grow for the better, okay? And with the fox here, I feel like this person is strategizing on how to make that happen, okay? And talk about first house and mystic. someone who's very self-aware, okay? So this person is thanking you, pile number one, with abundant blessing and thanks here for being a self-aware person. Now, some of you could have had a conversation with this person, pile number one, that was extremely illuminating, where, you know, it really, with the Wheel of Fortune here, where it really made this person think about the direction of their life and what they truly want, okay? And also, I feel like with the Fox, this person strategizing on, you know, like clever communication with you, and also wanting to make a good impression or wanting to come across as kind of like ahead of, you know, head of the game here, okay? And also, I feel like with the Fox and the earth element being represented here, this person could have kind of a restless soul, pile number one, but they want to show you that, hey, even though I have a restless soul, even though I bounce back and forth a lot, I'm committed to I am seeking stability, is what I feel like they're saying, okay? With this Fox energy and earth, we have the earth right here, the signature, the alchemical symbol for the earth, okay? So it's like, even though this person's strategizing intelligently on how to come across to you as being very like stable, but also being very smart, okay? And with the Fox energy here, they may want to be a little bit careful about what they're saying to you, because maybe the last time that you two interacted here with the Wheel of Fortune, it was out of control, or this person perceived it as being out of control, you know, or just perceived it as, you know, that maybe you thought that they said something wrong, or that they didn't, you know, they didn't really, I feel like maybe the last time you guys spoke, this person wondered if they made a good impression, or they wondered if you, you know, like what you think of them, okay? And this person wanting, like I said, wanting to come across as clever and being on top of things, all right? Pile number one, but their world is changing, okay? Their world is changing, and I do feel like this person is looking for stability, growth, intelligence. They're looking for communication to change. I think this person has a real irritating issue when it comes to the way that people communicate, especially in relationships, or especially in getting to know each other. Like, you know, they may find the way that most people communicate to be, you know, like insensitive with the Queen of Cups here, to be abrasive with the Queen of Cups in Judgment. And the Queen of Cups is sensitive, and that's why I think this person enjoys talking to you, because you flow and you're very sensitive and you can go with the flow in conversation and, you know, embrace the moment, okay? Versus other people who kind of like break the moment, okay? And yeah, so I do feel like this person is seeing you in their dreams, pile number one, with the Queen of Cups and messages. I do feel like this person feels, with this Wheel of Fortune and Fox, feels drawn to you, but they don't know why, right? Because who's controlling the wheel, right? We don't know, just like in the Wizard of Oz, like, you know, who's behind that screen, right? Who's the one that's controlling everything? We don't know, you know, life's a mystery with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And maybe you're a mystery to this person, pile number one, in some sense here, okay? And I feel with the Wheel of Fortune and Fox, you very much intrigue this person, okay? And with Mystic in the first house, I feel like this person, my throat just was like, ugh, there for a second. But I feel like this person is trying to, you know, really see who you are and communicate differently with you than maybe they first approached you with a certain communication, but it didn't really come off the way that they wanted to. Okay, so this person's strategizing here, I feel like, to say the right thing to you, okay? And Spirit is just talking to me about that song by Natalie Furtado called Say It Right. Do you guys know that song? Have you heard it? Anyway, Anyway, maybe some of you know that song because Spirit is giving me that. And I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune and growth, it's like through change we grow, and we grow to understand more of who we are, and we're more grateful to the universe for freeing us from circumstances that, you know, no longer need to control us, okay? And I do, judgment is the spirit of primal fire, pile number 1. So I do feel like the conversation with judgment and Mercury and growth, the conversation is heating up, okay? And with the Wheel of Fortune, this person looking for an opportunity to take that conversation to the next level, okay? And with the Tiger energy here, we can see that the passions are definitely on the rise, okay? Because the Tiger is representing the alchemical element of fire in this deck, and you can see the crescent moon on the Tiger's forehead, which when I see Tiger, it definitely reminds me of a high priestess, okay? And with Mystic and High Priestess Tiger here, you having a big impact on this person, and you know, their passions really intensifying, okay? With the Fox energy, as their curiosity grows, they're wanting to get to know you. Their curiosity and their passion is also being ignited, okay? And I feel like with the Tiger here, some of you may have a tiger animal totem, and some of you may have dreamt about tigers recently. And it may be a sign when you guys see a tiger, or when you have dreams with tigers in them, that this person is in your dreams, or this situation is being highlighted in your dreams, all right? And the tiger is also, you know, a creature of the night that, like, you know, stalks its prey at night. And, you know, talking about the tiger and the fire of the night, you know, in the blazing heat of the night. And I think of you, right? I think of you in my dreams. And we see birds here too, which are also a sign of a message with the Queen of Cups, you know? And I feel like this person is feeling you call to them with the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you may be sending this person certain like telepathic messages, and, you know, message received here. I feel like pile number 1 with Mercury and growth, okay? You know, I feel like this person with messages and the tiger, what they're saying is, I desire you, okay? Pile number 1, this person is saying, you know, I may look cool and calm and collected with the fox, or you may not always know what I'm thinking, and I may be changing it up quite a bit with the Wheel of Fortune. But underneath it is a fire and a passion here. And the tiger is hungry. So this person could also be hungry for a message from you, pile number 1, or hungry for a sign of you, okay? I also feel like this person reaching out to talk to you at night, or maybe late at night, or being very tempted to reach out and say something to you at night, okay? And some of you may hear from this person, and I'm talking about late into the evening, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, something like that, okay? This person may be a night owl or a night tiger, but I feel like as this person is changing gears, I feel like pile number 1, because they're wanting to come across as being, you know, sensitive to your needs. They want to come across as being interested and intelligent with the fox. But I feel like at nighttime, it kind of like switches up and it gets more primal with the tiger here. Okay. And this person experiencing a lot of growth and changes in their life right now. But with this abundant blessing and thanks, I do feel like this person has gone through some challenging changes in their life, but ultimately, pile number 1, it's for the better, okay? And, you know, with the Queen of Cups here, I feel like this person is, for some of you, if this person is someone from your past, okay, it may not be for everyone, but I feel like this person with the Queen of Cups, the Fox, and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, I still think about you. I still care about you. I still wonder what could have been. And through knowing you, I've really changed as a person. And I do think there is a strong attraction here with this Tiger energy. All right. And, you know, with dreams and Tiger, some of you, if you've had dreams that you've been really violent dreams lately, like where you've been getting attacked in your dreams or things like that have been happening, pile number one. I'm sorry if you've like attacked by an animal or that people are attacking you in your dreams, or you're getting intuitive messages about people gossiping about you or something like that. I feel an effective shield to that, pile number one, is gratitude. And to, not gratitude for what these people are saying or doing, but gratitude for the life that you have and for the things that you have. You know, it's like, it's like 105 degrees every day here in Texas. And it's just like the heat is very, very oppressive. And you can feel when you go outside, it's like everyone's angry because it's so hot. And, you know, there's heat waves all over the world right now. And it's kind of scary, right? When you think about it with Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune, like where is the world going and how are these problems going to change everything, right? But I mean, just thinking about like if you have the ability to go into an air-conditioned house or, you know, sit and have a cold glass of water, you know, these types of things, thanking spirit and the universe for, you know, your own self-knowledge and your own self-awareness and all these types of things may actually help you guys. If you've been having dreams like that, also call on your animal totems, call on your animal protectors. I do feel like this Tiger is protecting you while you sleep, pile number one. And for you, sometimes your spirit guide may take on the form of a tiger, okay? And is watching you and guarding you while you sleep. And it's that big cat type of energy. Okay, we could definitely have some people here with Judgment and Mercury and growth with a fiery temper, okay? And the Queen of Cups is emotional, right? So a fiery temper when someone's emotional, okay? But I do feel like some, you know, the most of you watching here are growing from these experiences. Maybe some of you have been on the receiving end of people who have fiery temperaments and are very emotional. And it's changed your life, pile number one, with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? That's why you have a lot of protection around you. But I do feel like this person really wanting to thank you, like with blessing and thanks, like thank you for being you with the Mystic in the first house here. Thank you for having a positive impact on me. Even if it's been a short time you two have known each other, like thank you anyway, okay? And I love the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment because the wheel is number 10 in the tarot and Judgment is of course number 20. So 10 plus 10 is 20, or 1010 for those of you that see 1010 a lot. So that's very interesting. This person is saying their style of communication has changed and grown over the years, and they're trying to be more sensitive and stable. And with the Wheel of Fortune, figure out what they want in life. And they want you to know that they're dreaming about you and they feel like this, you know, this passion or this fire growing between you two. All right. And yeah, Tiger energy is very sexy too, as well, pile number one. And when you couple that with the Queen of Cups, you have a real, I was going to say a real Joan of Arc, but you have a real siren on your hand there with the Queen of Cups and the Tiger, or you, I don't know why I said Joan of Arc. Maybe some of you relate to her as a, like, you know, as a person, but as a, like looking up to her as a spiritual, you know, a spiritual ascended master, or using the power of your voice, right? With Mercury and growth here, a lot of you changing how you speak and how you talk and how you deal with situations in your life. I feel pile number one, which is going to bring you abundant blessings into your life, okay? And because you guys are doing this for yourself, I feel like the people you come into contact with, you really help them change too. okay? And with the Fox and the Wheel of Fortune, talking about, you know, having an intelligent direction, you know, going with the wheel and the flow of life. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles, talk about growth, okay? And the Nine of Pentacles in the tarot is a Venus and Virgo card. And on the bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords, okay? So this person is saying that they have been hurt before. They've been, you know, they've experienced situations that have been very hard for them. I mean, a lot of people have, okay? But they're turning the page on that. And they may have a fear here that you'll break their heart, okay? With the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, that, you know, it's like, you know, and I feel you guys are coming across as being very self-assured or confident, okay? This person also wanting to come across as, you know, being very self-assured and confident too. But underneath there's some, you know, there's some pain, I feel like, that this person still carries, pile number one. But with Judgment here, I feel like they're saying, I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on transmuting that. I'm working on changing that. Also, someone here may be a very hard, dedicated worker too. The Nine of Pentacles in the tarot is the Lord of material gain. And let's get one more here. Ah, there she is, the High Priestess, of course. And this talking about, some of you may feel at times that you're getting tugged between two polarities of, you know, practical, dedicated, saving money, you know, and then others, and then on the other hand, really, you know, wanting to really focus on your spirituality. And it may feel like a tug of war between these two things. I feel like pile number one, okay? But Spirit is saying, I feel like your guide's coming through with a message here saying, what you can't see is that you're a very dedicated, you know, hardworking person who's going to apply that to everything that you do, okay? And I do feel like the Nine of Pentacles is very much an energy of growth, and the High Priestess is, and someone who's very proud of their growth too, and is continuing to work on themselves, okay, with the Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess, really being able to tap into your purpose, right? Some of you may be wondering, like, what's my spiritual purpose? Or what should I be doing in my life? I have skills and I'm good at something, you know, in the material world, but also maybe not always feeling the most satisfied, or it's not what you truly desire. Also, I feel like this person could be saying the life that they're living at times isn't what they truly desire. And this person may want to do something else for their career. They may want to, I feel like with the High Priestess, we have some secret desires that this person isn't really communicating or showing. I do feel like this person has experienced a lot of growth around the way that they communicate and organize their thoughts. But with the High Priestess, I feel like there's still a part of themselves that's unsure. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number one, that's still unsure. And it's like, I don't like the life that I'm living every day, but at least I'm growing, okay? And I can give some abundant thanks for that, okay? And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, how could I be better, or how could things change, okay? With the Fox and the Wheel of Fortune here. So that is what I am getting for you, pile number one. You can let me, okay, Spirit is just also saying toy soldier, which there's a song, you know, step by step, heart to heart, like toy soldiers, okay? I think that's a song from the 90s or whatever, but Spirit is telling me that song. Maybe some of you know that, right? With the Queen of Cups, step by step and heart to heart, okay? And talking about, I feel like this person would like to have a heart to heart, High Priestess, a heart-to-heart communication with you about, like, you know, their life and if they're like really enjoying it or not, and if they really like what they're doing, and if they truly feel satisfied. I feel like this person with Mercury in growth, I feel like they would like to share some things about that with you, pile number one, which is a pretty intimate form of communication, and it can really change things between two people, right? So pile number one, I just heard if there's anyone that would understand, it would be you, okay? I do feel like this person trusts you when it comes to communication, but I feel like they don't always trust everyone. Pile number one, okay? They don't always, with the fox and the tiger, they don't always reveal what's going on or what they're thinking or what they're doing. But in the case of you, I feel like they do trust you and they trust your opinions. Pile number one, okay? So that is what, or they're beginning to trust your opinions, all right? Pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my lovelies. If you enjoyed that reading, you can certainly give me a like, a share, a subscribe, and I do have a little tip jar on my channel too if you feel like showing me some love. Pile number one, and we will take it to your extended reading next. Thank you so much, pile number one, and take care. Let's move on to pile number two. Let's move on. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the pumpkin spice tea light, and today's reading is called Wake Me Up Inside, Their Thoughts and Feelings, okay? And if you're wondering if the title is a reference to Evanescence, Bring Me to Life song, you are correct, pile number two. And we are gonna go ahead and get into your reading, all right? We already did the prayer. So for those of you that would like to join me on the extended reading, there will be a link below, and the extended reading will be 18 plus, pile number two, okay? Did I just call you guys pile number one? My apologies. Anyway, let's go ahead. You guys are like, 1, 2, what does it matter? I'm here, okay? I'm here today, and that's a good thing, right? Pile number two. Okay, Spirit just told me bat, or somebody acting batty, or maybe a bat as a animal coming through, okay? But somebody acting very batty, you know how people say someone's acting batshit crazy or acting batty, batty catty, right? Or someone who's acting batty, or someone who's acting catty, or you know, that catty kind of energy. Anyway, I feel every time I'm saying catty, I feel like I'm saying a form of the word Katie, okay? So someone here may be a Katie, or your name may start with a K, all right? Getting the K names here. Or you may know someone really well with that name. What else here for pile number two for channeled messages? Okay, Spirit is telling me orchid, and they're like showing me a flower that's opening. So maybe some of you like orchids, or maybe someone is having a flower like kind of bloom right now, because I'm seeing people standing around and being like, yes, you know, like the flower's blooming again, or it's came back to life, okay? We thought this plant was dead, but it's coming back to life, all right? Maybe some of you have been feeling that way too. Like, okay, I felt like I was, you know, up shit creek, but now I'm feeling better, all right? Bring me back to life, right? Wake me up inside. Let's see what else here for pile number two. Okay, Spirit just said making an Instagram account. So maybe some of you are making a second one, or you're thinking of making one, or you made another one, or this person made one. You know, some people make like fake Instagram accounts to spy on other people. Pile number two, anyway, or maybe you guys have had people do that to you before. Let's see what else. But Spirit is talking to me about making an Instagram account. What else for pile number two, please, Spirit? Okay, I just heard, okay, some of you may be a little bit afraid of your work finding out about your social media, or just be afraid of people finding out with the moon here about some things that you do on the side or something, because I also just heard like Spirit saying something, making an example out of you. You know, when people say that, they're gonna make an example out of you. Maybe some of you had parents that would say that to you. Maybe some of you had a mother with the moon here that said, if you're not careful, you know, with what you do or the things that you do, you know, so-and-so is going to make an example out of you, which is kind of like a vaguely threatening, you know, pile number 2. Or maybe they just would tell you that as a warning to like clean up your behavior. I feel like some of you could have had a mother that would get like pissed off when you would keep secrets from her, but oftentimes she would keep secrets from you, okay? It's like we don't keep secrets around here, but then somebody is keeping secrets, okay? Which feels pretty hypocritical to me. Pile number 2, okay? I feel like some of you could have had like young parents, really, really young parents, or just immature parents or people who didn't really know what they were doing, okay? And I just have to say right out the gate, pile number 2, that's what I'm getting. There's also kind of like a pettiness that I feel too, okay? With someone in your life who's been petty or hypocritical to you, pile number 2, okay? For those of you that have dealt with that, you know, my heart goes out to you, pile number 2, because that is not cool. And, you know, the 8 of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, it's time for some truth. Like things are very ambiguous with the moon. And, you know, maybe some of you have had relationships where the roles are not entirely clear and nobody really wants to say anything. You know what I mean? Pile number 2, which can drive a person crazy. That's why lunacy or being a lunatic is associated with the moon. And some of you may have had a parent, or you have a parent, grandparent, father, mother, whoever, that was like that. Always switching things up on you, never knew where you're coming or going. Everything is vague as hell. Okay, some of you could have Pisces in your chart, or you could have a parent with Pisces, because we have the moon here, which represents Pisces in the tarot, all right? And talk about, it's straight up 12 o'clock in your reading right now, pile number 2. And because I'm just, right as I said that, I looked up and there it is, high noon, okay? And high noon is the time when the sun is really, you know, gaining the most power. So, yeah, for some of you, okay. Pile number 2, this is not a reading about your family, but I just have one more thing to say, because Spirit's showing to me is that for some of you, you may have had a brother or someone in your family that really benefited from the environment, or like gained a lot of power from the environment you grew up in, but you did not, or you were treated differently, or they were treated like they were like golden and could do no wrong, but then you weren't treated very well, okay? And I feel like some of the reasons for all of this are finally being revealed to you, pile number 2. You may find some things that were like said behind your back with the 8 of Wands here, or things that people, you know, never really had the guts to say to your face, okay? So pile number 2, I just have to tell you that because I'm getting that, but let's go ahead, wake me up inside, talking about the moon, slumber, sleeping, you know, irregularity, you know, no firm dedicated path, always feeling like things are switching up, okay? And so pile number 2, I mean, it can also be mysterious and romantic, but it also can drive a person crazy and cause a person to want to pull their hair out when things remain totally ambiguous like that. We have creation and expansion in life. I'm going to go ahead and get oh, there's the Queen of Cups. She showed up in pile number 1 as well, which, you know, the Queen of Cups may be having something to do with waking people up inside emotionally and letting that energy flow. We have sacral chakra. Oh my God. Intimacy, touch, recoil, and runner. Okay. So that's interesting because we have one side of the sacral chakra, and look at the pumpkin spice tea light. Doesn't it look orange like the sacral chakra? And then we have the oranges and grapefruits and pomegranates here. The divine feminine really coming through pretty strong here with the sacral chakra and the Queen of Cups. I mean, I feel like this person has a very, you know, finds you to be like a very caring, loving person, or a good, you know, pile number 2, do you guys sometimes feel like you're a good sexual conquest for people, but that when it comes to the real work of creating emotional connections, that it's just too much for some people to handle? Okay, pile number 2, we're going to address that, all right? We have ego, vanity, and pride here. You know, someone who needs to kind of look in the mirror, right, with the hypocrisy. We have goddess. Oh, yeah, pile number 2. Here you are. Here you are. Okay, we have anger. Woo! The Queen of Cups is feeling angry. Pile number 2. It looks like a tower on top of the Queen of Cups, and she is pissed off. You know, nobody wants to deal with a pissed off goddess. I'll tell you that much. If we have a pissed off goddess, what we start to have, I mean, sometimes you need a pissed off goddess, like Kali. You know, Kali, I would definitely say, is a pissed off goddess. Okay. Durga maybe could be thought of as a pissed off goddess as well. You know, there's some goddesses, the Morgan, Lilith, and who else? Let me think of some more. You know, Hecate could even qualify. Okay, so maybe some of you connect with those particular goddesses. And yeah, an angry goddess is not something you want to deal with. We have Earthworm here. Pile number 2, I'm already getting messages about this person. Okay, pile number 2. Let me just say, there may be someone here who is pissed off at you because, you know, they think that you're thinking that you're this kind of goddess and that you have all this ego, and they may not guess how much you second guess yourself underneath it all, pile number 2. And I do feel like there is, with Earthworm and anger, there is someone in your life who, you know, could be mad at you, okay? But I also feel like, you know, there are some people in your life who've never really let you shine the way that you want to shine, okay? There's multiple messages here, but let's keep getting. We have the beaver and the earthworm, okay? With the beaver and the sacral chakra, this person really talking about the divine feminine, and of course the beaver is associated with the water element, and so is the Queen of Cups, which represents Cancer in the tarot. So you have Pisces and Cancer here with the moon and the Queen of Cups, and the beaver, right? And this energy of recoiling and running, with burying our head in the sand and not facing things head on, okay? And you know, and this busy beaver here, the beaver is opposite of the earthworm, because the beaver's like, what can I do? You know, like what do you need? What can I do? Staying above ground and sometimes going in the water, of course, but being very active. All right. Beaver is also kind of reminds me of Virgo energy. Okay. Versus the earthworm, which needs to develop some confidence and needs to, you know, getting busy on being confident and not burying ourselves and holding on to a lot of anger. Some of you, I feel like when you were younger, were having to take care of a lot of people around you. And I feel like, you know, because of that, you didn't ever really get to, you were very busy taking care of other people. And I feel like for some of you guys here, it's pissed you off, okay, with this anger. And I just heard like, you can't use me anymore, okay? And I also feel like there's some cowards that are hiding from your anger, pile number 2. Is that true? Okay. Let's see what else we have here. We have Gemini, okay? And we have Gemini, and then we have ego, vanity, and pride. So let me just get all the cards out. And then we have the 5th house of passion, okay? And Gemini, some of you may have Gemini in your 5th house, or you may have a very busy, packed 5th house. And we have the Magician, okay? Some of you may be creative people that perform, communicate, or do some type of thing in the public eye, okay? Actors, actresses, people that, like we could also talk about like social media, networkers. We could talk about PR assistants or public relations people, people that are representing like musicians or actors, like agents, okay? But I see something there too. All right, pile number 2, we have the Magician here. Okay, so, you know, this person, their feelings for you. So on one hand, I feel like this person, okay, with the Magician, this person kind of, I feel like you guys are wondering, is this another person who, you know, says one thing to me, but then does the other? Is this another person who promises me the world and inflates my ego or makes me feel good about myself and then, you know, makes excuses why they can't be around me or why they're too busy with the earthworm and the beaver, right? And somebody who's getting, with the anger card, somebody who's getting pissed off because of other people's excuses, okay? And are they pissed off because of, you know, I feel like that's more you, pile number 2, who gets pissed off at people's excuses and people's lies with the anger and the Magician card here. Like, you know, and a lot of these people that play life this way, pile number 2, like I said, are cowards, okay? But let's get back to what's going on with this situation, okay? So the Queen of Cups is looking at expansion and creation. So this person with the sacral chakra and the Queen of Cups and this creation is wanting to create an intimate bond with you, okay? And is seeking, you know, your healing touch or your physical intimacy, and is seeking your like loving hands or your kisses or your hugs or your attention, okay? And with Goddess here, I do feel like this person, you know, sensuality is here, okay? And so this person really craving that, you know, that sensual, creative, goddess, passion, romance, parties with the 5th house, parties and pleasure, you know, Goddess. So Venus in astrology rejoices in the 5th house. So Venus is also, of course, the ultimate goddess, and she loves being in the 5th house because it's like, adore me, love me, you know, worship me, like, you know, let's enjoy life. Let's soak up all the pleasures in life. Let's suck the marrow from the bone of life, you know, that type of thing, all right? And let's revel in our, you know, passion and pleasure and romance and, you know, laughing and enjoying each other's company, okay? So with Goddess in the 5th house, I do feel like this person, you know, okay, here's something that I'm getting. I feel like this person is saying, I like you and I care about you, or I'm trying to touch you. I'm trying to be there for you. I'm trying to worship you like the goddess that you are, or treat you right with this 5th house and passion. But I do feel like this person with this angry Magician here is a little bit aggravated, possibly, pile number 2, because maybe at times it seems like you're too busy, or you've got too much going on, or you're not available, okay? And with the Magician, I feel like this person's kind of saying, I'm pulling out all the stops, but nothing really, I'm trying to show you or convince you that I'm into you, or that I want to take you out. I want to like have this expansion in your life. They want to expand into your life. But some of you, because of the way that you've been treated in the past with this moon energy, because of the way that people have acted towards you, I feel like some of you may be using like, I'm busy, or you may be using, hey, I'm too busy, or hey, I've got a lot going on, as a way to kind of like, you know, take back some of your power, or to have more control in this situation. Also, the earthworm is avoidant. you know, and the beaver is like the opposite of avoidant. Okay, the beaver is not a procrastinator, but the earthworm is. So we have an energy of someone who could be more type A, let's get shit done, let's make it happen. And with the magician and anger, it's like we're moving too slow, or this is moving too slow, or you're moving too slow, okay? And the magician also trying to pull out all the stops. And, you know, yeah, so, you know, you're moving a little too slow. I'm trying to make something happen here. And, you know, also I feel like someone being angry because someone's procrastinating, okay? And maybe sometimes you guys have been a little, you know, you haven't gotten back to them right away. You know, maybe some of you are kind of playing these games a little bit, pile number 2, or maybe these games have been played with you in the past, but someone getting angry because someone's procrastinating, and then someone else here who is quite hardworking and diligent, okay? And also, I feel like with the moon here and this going back and forth, because the moon is the ruler of flux and reflux, okay? And I feel like this person is saying, why won't you just talk to me? Like sometimes you avoid me, the earthworm. It feels like you're avoiding me and you're recoiling from me. But other times it feels like with the beaver and the sacral chakra that you're open to me. And with the magician and anger, I can't get a clear story from you. But I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to pick up on you here with the goddess in the 5th house in the creation, okay? And I feel like for you guys get very mad at this person sometimes, because I feel like you guys have shown this person how you feel with the Queen of Cups and sacral chakra. And there could have been a fight between you two here with the Magician and the Queen of Cups, and not seeing each other's viewpoints, okay? Gemini energy can also be like that, you know, it's the twins in astrology. So it's like 2 people exist within one person, okay? And, you know, with the earthworm and the beaver, it can be like hot and cold. Sometimes I feel like you're avoiding me and you don't want to talk to me, and it makes me mad. And then other times I feel like you're all over me with the beaver, okay? And so Gemini really having to do with that sort of fickle, 2-sided type of energy. Now, it's not always that way, not to pick on the Geminis, right? But maybe some of you have been feeling that way because you're like, you know what? I put everything into this. I treat this person like a god or a goddess. I give them all my pleasure, and I try to talk to them. They avoid me. They're too busy. You know, they recoil from my advances at times, and I'm done, okay? So I feel like some of you may have gone through this energy, all right? And, you know, I feel like what you're saying, pile number 2, some of you may be even annoyed by this reading. Like, you know, this person's got a lot of nerve. Like, I'm getting mad at what they're saying, Natalie. And I'm like, yeah. And with this ego, vanity, and pride, it's like somebody needs to look in the mirror here. You're like, this person needs to look in the mirror. You know, like, takes one to know one, look into the mirror, right? You know, so with this Gemini energy, this person finding you also, I feel like to be, you know, very variety seeking, very social, very collaborative. They may see you as being kind of a flirt as well, too. It's like you flirt with everyone, you know, ego, vanity, and Gemini. Like pile number 2 is flirting with everyone, but this person, I'm saying what they're thinking, pile number 2. So don't shoot the messenger, right? With Mercury, the magician, they're saying you flirt with everyone. You know, you act like you want to have a passionate, you know, connection with me, sacral chakra, sexual connection, but you act like you flirt with everyone. And with the moon, ego, and Gemini here, I don't know what to think, because it seems like you're flirting with everyone. And, you know, so somebody getting a little bit angry here with the magician, and anger about how someone's communicating and the pace, right? Like taking too long, or procrastinating, or won't you just give me an answer type of thing, okay? And actually, you know, I feel like with the Queen of Cups, anger, and the Magician, I feel like this situation could also be manifesting anger within you, because some of you, I feel like you do care about this person intimately as well. But with, you know, this ego Gemini energy, I do feel like there's some game playing going on here, pile number 2. And I feel like someone's asking the question with the Magician and anger and the Queen of Cups. Does someone know the games that they're playing, or does someone know? You know, it's like with the Queen of Cups and anger, don't mess with my heart. Do you guys remember that song by the Black Eyed Keys with Fergie? Like, no, 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 don't fuck with my heart. Okay, I can't sing right now, but you guys know what I mean. So, you know, and I feel like you guys have had people mess with your heart in the past, okay? And it's like, I'm going to be 10 steps ahead with the Magician. I'm not going to let anyone do that to me anymore, okay? But with the Beaver and the Earthworm, there could definitely be some back and forth, like procrastinating, making the other person wait, but then other times being very active or interested, okay? Also, I feel like this person is saying, don't be shy. You know, like, give it up to me, sacral chakra, earthworm, beaver, and don't be shy. And with the sacral chakra and the earthworm, there may be somebody who's kind of shy sexually. Okay, pile number 2. And maybe you wouldn't be able to guess it very well, but I do feel like somebody here could be a little bit shy sexually. Okay. And, but I do feel like this person, they find you attractive, okay? And they want to create passionate, you know, sensual experiences with you. And, you know, and with the sacral chakra and the earthworm, it's like, don't be shy. You know, I'm going to take care of you with the beaver energy, okay? And also, I feel like with the Magician and anger, I feel like this person is saying, I can't believe you don't know that I like you. Like, of course I like you. Like, what is, you know, and maybe some of you are saying that too. You're like, of course I like you too, right? But sometimes when we meet each other, we see each other in this mirror, and there is some communication, you know, especially when people are very like switching it up and maybe more ego based. It creates an atmosphere of, you know, the moon, which is things being back and forth, okay? And, some people, you may, pile number 2, you may have some people accuse you in your life of being superficial or flirting too much, or you may get pissed off because you think this person's too big of a flirt or they flirt too much, okay? I feel like somebody getting pissed off because someone's too social, okay? And while on the other hand, someone else is too busy to be social with the earthworm and the beaver, okay? So there's some, you know, back and forth here. And, you know, there's an energy of being flattered, but also an energy of somebody like, you know, being flattered that someone feels this way about you, but also this person, you know, somebody here could be feeling like the other person's superficial, okay? And maybe you guys feel like this person can be superficial at times, okay? Or that they could have a superficial understanding of what's going on, because the Queen of Cups is a very deep energy, okay? And I feel like that's you guys. And the Queen of Cups in the sacral chakra is also very deeply creative, all right? So some of you may have some intense projects creatively going on right now, or with the Magician and anger, some of you may be feeling creatively blocked, okay? Or you go through periods of being super productive with the beaver, and then other times with the earthworm feeling like, I don't know what's going on, okay? So, or I feel procrastinated, or I feel procrastinated. I feel like I'm like procrastination is being forced upon me. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2. And that may just be your cycles. For those of you that, with, you know, even if you're not a Gemini, with the moon in Gemini, it may just be a cycle. And some of you may go through cycles too, and maybe you're starting to see that here with this mirror, okay? Also, the mirror represents Aphrodite's mirror, okay? So with Gemini and the mirror here, I feel like this person wants to tell you how beautiful you are with Goddess in the 5th house and creation, but with the moon, they may be a little unsure of how that information would be received by you, okay? Or maybe you guys would feel like this person only likes you for superficial reasons, okay? So, you know, also I feel like this person could piss you off and make you angry, pile number 2. It's like they don't mean to per se, but sometimes things get out of hand with the Magician, or sometimes just the way they talk or the way they say things or do things may be infuriating at times, okay? So we have Pisces, Gemini, and Cancer energy showing up here. We also have Mercury. Some of you may have Mercury in Gemini, Mercury in Cancer. You may have, you know, Mercury in Pisces. Mercury is actually debilitated and fall in Pisces. So, you know, talk about communication that goes sideways, okay? But there is a lot of mutable energy here, which just talks about a situation that's up and down, but also like with Goddess and Passion and Sacral Chakra, it's like I'm trying to reach out and touch someone, and it's pile number 2, okay? I want to reach out and touch you and talk to you, but, you know, I can't for some reason. Or it seems like you don't want me to, and that makes me mad, okay? So just various, I feel like there's a lot of mental activity going on in this connection, pile number 2, between you both. And having open and clear communication is going to be a key in this connection to success, because it doesn't matter how much someone wants to love on you, kiss you, touch you, hug you. If you can't have good communication, and one person's avoiding it, the other person's trying to have conversations and make things work, the other one's avoiding it. If we go back and forth between these energies, it will destroy a relationship, okay? So it's something to get a handle on, and I feel like it's something you guys are working on getting a handle on, okay? Anything else here with this connection, or maybe just within yourself? Let's see, for my pile number 1s, let's get one more regarding this connection, please. One more. The Magician. Okay, now, and remember I was talking about the sun on the bottom of the deck, okay? I was talking about the moon, and then I was talking about the sun, okay? And it being high noon when I started your reading, okay? There's the sun on the bottom of the deck. Like, there's that individuality and that spark of life coming through, and the truth radiating and shining. Okay, talk about wake me up inside, right? The name of this reading is Wake Me Up Inside. And the moon talks about being asleep inside, because I'm not trying to pick on the moon. I love the moon, but you know, it's like the moon could say, I'm asleep inside, I'm asleep to my ego. And because of that, with this Gemini energy, I'm not saying what I should be saying or presenting things in the right way, or things have become confusing, okay? So the ego forces us to sleep within, whereas the sun is putting everything out into the light, okay? No more secrets. Like, it is what it is, you know? The light is being shined on things, okay? And yeah, and sometimes when we see that, it pisses us off, because we're like, I don't like what I'm seeing, or whatever, you know, on the bottom of the deck, I don't like what I'm seeing. But you know, it's better to know the truth always. I feel like pile number 2, okay? And talking about Mercury and the pursuit of, you know, Mercury, you guys have double Magician energy here, okay? So again, communication is doubly important in all your relationships, pile number 2. I don't care whether it's friends, family, you know, work, relationships, communication, doubled, okay? Double communication, double trouble, mixed messages, all right? And that's a lot of Magician energy, all right? And this person, I feel like what they're trying to do is back themselves up here with this double Magician and say, you know, even though it may seem that way or whatever, my intentions are pure, my intentions are good, like I am who I am. Because the Magician can also be talking about duplicitous kind of an energy. Some people are just more mutable and changeable, and some people are actually duplicitous, okay? And again, I'm not saying the ego is a bad thing with the moon and the ego here. I just feel like sometimes if we don't understand our ego, it will cause us to say and do things that we don't really mean, okay? And the Magician is a live wire, pile number 2. It's a live wire of electricity running through things. So is that live wire like out of control and like spinning around in the room? Or is it controlled communication where we can see each other's point of view? Because Mercury in mysticism represents the Magician, and it represents the mystic, okay? And it's interesting because the mystic popped up in pile number 1. But Mercury has the ability to see two sides of an issue and integrate that in their mind and, become more whole as a result of it, okay? So I feel like that's a big, and that's what magicians do all the time. As magicians, we always work in the energy of contradiction, and we don't let it destroy us. We take the energy, we let it pass through us, and then, we collapse into self-care, Queen of Cups, okay? That's like the life of a magician, really. Pile number 2, okay? And right now I started scratching my head, and I feel like what you're saying is this connection could be a head scratcher. But pile number 2, here's what I want to say. I think you're a clever person. And I think if you look at yourself in the mirror and look at your history around communication and some of the things that have come up for you in your life, I think you'll be able to see, perfectly clear what's going on here, right? Because, there's always some level of dichotomy in everything, I feel like. All right, pile number 2. So very interesting message. I have to say, I was quite intrigued with your message. Very vibrant energies coming through for you guys. Pile number 2. For those of you that are creators or you're artists or you're creators of some type, you have some really powerful creative forces running through you right now. Pile number 2. So regardless of whatever happens in this connection, I hope you're using those energies wisely and not hiding from them, okay? Thank you so much, pile number 2. For those of you that would like to continue on with me to the extended reading, you can certainly click my Vimeo link below, and it will be an 18+ extended reading. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tea light, and today's reading is called Wake Me Up Inside, Their Thoughts and Feelings, okay? We will be having an 18+ extended reading at the end, of which you can follow me to my Vimeo channel, and there'll be a link in my description box below. So far, these readings have been pretty vibrant, pile number 3, so let's go ahead and see what I can pull through for channeled messages for pile number 3, please. Okay. Spirit's talking to me about black water or something. Well, black water to me reminds me of like the ocean at night, but it also reminds me to something. Okay, Spirit's telling me something about nicotine, and or it could be like bong water, black water. Do you guys know what I mean? Pile number 3. Anyway, Spirit talking to me about nicotine. Maybe some of you are trying to quit smoking because we have like nicotine patches coming through too. When people chew and then they spit their chew out and then the water or whatever is like a black water. It's kind of that black tar, pile number 3. Anyway, maybe someone here had a family member that chewed or someone that smoked that was really close to you or something, okay? Yeah. There's some really interesting like colognes or candles or perfume that smell like tobacco. Maybe some of you like the smell of tobacco, okay? I'm feeling like somebody here had a relative, grandparent, uncle, aunt, somebody in the family, father, mother, somebody in the family who died as a result of, lung cancer, throat cancer, mouth cancer, something like that, okay? Pile number 3, so my condolences if you've had that experience, pile number 3, but let's go ahead in your own family, okay? The own people around you, all right? Maybe some of you really like vaping as well, but let's see for pile number 3. Okay, I just heard mothballs, okay? So there may be mothballs in someone's closet, or you're like, why does this closet smell so funny or smell so weird. I'm getting the energy of somebody cleaning out someone else's closet and being like, why does this like smell so weird? Okay, Spirit's also talking to me about a picnic or going on a picnic. Maybe this person you're here for would like to take you on a picnic. All right. And I'm getting the energy of somebody who's like downsizing their house, or maybe going through like a parent's or grandparents' belongings after someone has passed. Okay. So I am getting that type of energy, or someone is moving into like an assisted living. Maybe some of you work in that, you know, like healthcare, elderly healthcare, assisted living. Okay. Pile number 3. That's some of the energy I'm getting here. Let's see what else for pile number 3. Spirit, what else here? I just heard master of my own destiny. Okay. I just heard something about mastering my faith in the universe. Okay. Or, you know, surrendering, releasing control, pile number 3. All right. I feel like some of you may be traveling, because I'm feeling like, you know, airfare or traveling, maybe going across country or traveling right now, pile number 3. Okay. Or someone could be traveling to you and you have to get the house ready. Okay. Or someone's coming to see you or visit you, and you know, you got to pull out, you know, when people come to visit you, you got to get all the blankets out of the closet. You got to shake everything out, make everything look nice, you know. Okay, Spirit's also saying something about petrified wood, or maybe wood that has been treated with something. And I also want to say glass staining, but also like wood, or maybe someone's like painting a deck or doing something to that, doing something to wood. Okay. But anyway, pile number 3, those are the energies that I'm getting. The moon is on the bottom of the deck. And we saw the moon come up in pile number 2 as well. And it was a key player in pile number 2. So talking about waking me up inside, and with the moon on the bottom of the deck, I feel like you guys are saying, I don't want anybody waking me up. These people better let me sleep. If they get me up every morning and have me doing 100 different things, I'm going to croak, okay? Pile number 3, maybe you guys really like your sleep, and maybe some of you get kind of mad if people wake you up, okay? Or maybe some of you have been sleeping in really late recently, but that maybe that's not too common for you, okay? But let's go ahead and get into your messages and find out their thoughts and feelings. We have family. Oh my gosh. So as I was channeling all that stuff about family and people coming to visit and, you know, etc., the circle of life, you know, cleaning out the closets, pile number 3. So let's go ahead. We have the 7 of Swords, and we have I like boys and girls, and someone who could be bisexual, or we could have LGBTQ members in. I feel like some of you could have LGBTQ members in your family or in your household, or maybe you were a lot different than your family and you're the one that is LGBTQ, okay? But I'm going to get all the cards out on the table here first, okay? We have closed off, guarded, and resistance, okay? Somebody who could be resisting their true nature. We have here the companion. Wow. Okay now. And, you know, companion, loyalty, tenacity, unselfishness, right? Companionship is great, but not at the cost of our personal identity. Okay. Let's see what else. We have sweetness. Okay. And that's coming out on the 7 of Swords. Oh my. Okay. Somebody here likes someone who's a little bit quirky or different or unique, okay? And the sweetness of companionship, all right? And feeling like you belong somewhere. We have the butterfly. Ooh, you are changing. Pile number 3. And some people may not be too happy about the ways that you guys have been changing, including for some of you, maybe family. All right, we have tarantula. Okay now, and the butterfly is flying straight into the spider's web here. Okay, I've got you where I want you type of thing. Let's see, and we have fire and air with the butterfly and the tarantula. And, you know, pile number 3, we can't change our dharma. We change all the time. And we change as people all the time. And the things that we want in life are always, you know, changing. And that's part of the sweetness of life. But one thing we can't really escape is, you know, our dharma. Right? Pile number 3, we have square and we have challenge. And this is coming out under companionship and family. Okay? And I'm already getting a lot of stuff here, pile number 3, but let me just get everything out. We have the 10th house and sweetness, okay, and the 7 of Swords here. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So here's something, pile number 3. As far as, you know, as far as there's a challenge that this person, their thoughts and feelings are that there's some challenges to the companionship between you two, okay? There's some tension, there's some pressures, okay? There's some struggles and hurts, okay? When it comes to, you know, when it comes to this person and their family, or when it comes to family approval, or when it comes to their kids, okay? And somebody here may be a father. I mean, today's Father's Day anyway, and I'm recording this on Father's Day, and I do see a father with their daughter, or it could be a grandpa, all right? I feel like some of you could have had a grandpa who was like so important to you, and some of you may not have had a father growing up, but you know, your mom and your grandpa were there, okay? And you know, and for those of you that have lost a grandparent, my heart goes out to you, pile number 3. And I'm getting kind of emotional right now because I feel like this person is saying, I'm helping you to wake you up inside. Look at this beautiful sun, right? And you're very unique, pile number 3. Like your individuality and your uniqueness is really apparent, okay? And someone, I feel like this could be an ancestor in your family, pile number 3, loves you so much because you're so strong. You're just, you know, I feel like even if this person helped raise you, I feel like from the spirit world, this person is saying, I'm carrying you on my shoulders and I'm so proud of you and I want to be like you, even if they're older than you, okay? And I'm seeing someone here that could have had a grandparent or a father figure, or just a father in general, but a grandparent possibly with a mustache, okay, is what I'm seeing here too. And I feel like someone is meeting their family here and someone's wearing a mask and other people are not wearing masks, okay? There could be some differences of opinion in your guys' family, all right? And I feel like this person is saying that their family is quite different and they have a lot of different opinions and different people, types of people in their family. They haven't always been, you know, they haven't always felt like they completely belonged either, pile number 3. This person doesn't care though, because they want to make their own dreams and go their own way in life, and being an individual and being able to be themselves and not constantly go with the crowd is very important to this person, pile number 3. But it's caused a lot of challenges when it comes to companionship for them, because I feel like at times this person didn't fit in with their family and they felt alone at times is what I'm getting, okay, pile number 3. And because of that, I feel like this person, you know, and maybe they were close to their mother, at least growing up a little bit, but I feel like mostly like people didn't always like understand them or see them or really try to bond to them, too much, okay? And because of that, again, I feel like this person has experienced some, challenges around connecting with people because they don't always get along with people. They're different, okay? They're different than a lot of people. And I feel like some of them feel like they were like the outcast in their family, and that people kind of always forgot about them at times, okay? And I do feel like, sometimes this person fears that in relationships are a challenge for them because they feel like they could lose their personal identity, okay? And maybe you have a similar story, pile number 3, as this person. I also feel like somebody is pressing on someone's belly button, or someone here may have a weird issue with someone like touching their belly button. I don't like it either, pile number 3, but I feel like somebody here is also like poking at someone's belly button. But I see someone who kind of pushes other people away at times because they haven't really had that experience of feeling bonded totally, pile number 3, okay? This person really wants the sweetness of companionship and love, I feel like, pile number 3, but with the 7 of Swords, they're mentally confused, I feel like sometimes, and putting their energy into the wrong things. Like, this person may be very into their career, they may be very into their reputation. Actually, you know what, pile number 3, I feel like you guys are into making money, your career, your reputation, okay? And, someone here could be very successful financially with the 10th house and the 9 of Pentacles. And if you are pile number 3, I do feel like this person admires you for that. Someone here is, wanting to be seen as a successful person, and is like, sweet, like, I've got notoriety, I've got purpose in my life, I've got achievements and things like that, okay? And I'm also seeing somebody here who is closed off to their dharma, is closed off to their life purpose at times, okay? Or thinks that they have to follow a particular path career-wise, otherwise, it won't work, okay? I also feel like this person, pile number 3, I feel like this person is saying, pile number 3, that you take yourself and your life path very seriously, okay? And I feel like this person at times may not, okay? I do think they admire you for that, and I do think this person is trying to change, and some of you could be providing inspiration for change within this person. I also feel like this person is trying to change how they see themselves, okay? And because I feel like somebody here was maybe forced to follow the straight and narrow path. Like, somebody could have had family that, was upset that they were LGBTQ, or upset because it would ruin the family reputation, or upset because somebody was different, okay? Because somebody was unique. And the 7 of Swords isn't really an energy of going along with authority. You know what I mean? And the 10th house has to do with authority, and authority and responsibilities and authority figures and legacy and family. And I feel like this person is like, sweet that you care, pile number 3, but I don't really care, so I do feel like this person has a way of, because of things that have happened to them, I feel like they have a way of like not caring about things, okay? And I feel like they also have a rebellious spirit, and they're like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Don't tell me what to do, okay? And maybe some of you come from a background like that too. But with the 10th house, it's like somebody is expected with the Nine of Pentacles in the 10th house to follow a certain path, okay? And I feel like this person is saying, pile number 3, like maybe you followed a certain path in your life, but that's not really the path that I want to follow, because for me, like doing things differently or doing things the way I want to do them is the sweetest thing for me, okay? I also feel like someone here could have career success and money, even though they are, or a good reputation, even though they are different, okay? Even though they don't play by the rules all the time, okay? And I feel like with the butterfly here, there's also this energy of being very unique, all right? I feel like this person, you intrigue them. Pile number 3, some of you here may be bisexual, LGBTQ, trans, etc. I feel like this person is intrigued by you because you're like an anomaly. You're so different. And, you know, some of you could be very rebellious yourselves, or, you know, but you're also like successful. You also have big goals and big dreams. You also, you know, so yeah, I feel like this person likes that about you, pile number 3, or likes the fact, but they're also saying, hey, I'm not completely like you, all right? And there could be some challenges here with pushing people away, all right? And it could also be somebody here who is finding a lot of excuses to get out of things because of work, or because of, you know, like, I have certain goals I'm trying to fulfill, I'm trying to save, I'm trying to buy a home, I'm trying to do this and that. So I can't always, like, you know, be sweet with you all the time. All right, we have sweetness, but the 7 of Swords in the tarot is the Lord of unstable effort, you know? So it's like maybe sometimes putting in enough energy just to be looked at as being sweet, even though they're very, very focused on other things, or they're very focused on, you know, their work, okay? Pile number 3, or maybe that's you. But we have the butterfly and the 9 of Pentacles here. So somebody's changing, you know, somebody's changing because even though they may have a lot of security with what they're doing, they've been closed off to their path, okay? They've been closed off to their creativity, and they've been closed off to their path. And I feel like all this person wants to do is do whatever they want, okay? And they may prefer it to come and go when they please, or they may want to be with somebody who's very independent, who thinks, you know, the way that, who doesn't let other people impact their thinking, someone who can do things on their own, okay? Somebody who's pursuing their own goals and their own dreams, I feel like here, all right? And I also feel like this person is saying that you have turned into this beautiful butterfly, pile number 3, that you've turned into this like beautiful, successful, self-assured, confident butterfly, all right? And they can see, I feel like this person is also very happy for you, that your like reputation as an authority figure in your work or what you do, or your like stroke of genius, all of that is finally starting to get traction and be appreciated, okay? And I feel like this person is saying, just because you're not like other people doesn't mean that you aren't straight cool, or that you're not a straight hottie, all right? With the butterfly and the 9 of Pentacles, very beautiful, okay? And with the 7 of Swords is Moon in Aquarius, so we could have some Aquarius people. The 9 of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo, okay? And I feel like what this person is saying is that you've changed, pile number 3, and they can see the changes in you, and they think it's pretty hot. And here with this sweetness card, and they can be sure that other people are noticing you, or that you're getting noticed a lot lately, okay? For some of you, I'm getting that this could be someone that you dated when you were younger, okay? And that, you know, they've seen you go through this whole transformation and really come into who you truly are and be totally like proud of yourself and letting yourself shine, okay? And I feel like this person's like cheering you on and they're like, that's sweet, you know, like how some people are like, sweet dude, you know, like that, like sweet, you know, like you're getting everything you want and need, like sweet. The butterfly and the 9 of Pentacles. Also, I feel like some of you have an ancestor who's coming through and saying like that they're very proud of you. 10th house, 9 of Pentacles, sweetness, that all the changes that you've been going through and your willingness to be yourself is making you into this powerhouse, pile number 3, okay? And it's like through all these changes, I still think you're hot as hell. I feel like this person is saying like, with the 7 of Swords and sweetness, that they can't help but to think about you, okay? They can't help but to like see your progress in life and see how you're moving forward and see how you're rising and being like, wow, you know? And I feel like some of them wish that they could do what you do, pile number 3, or that they could be how you are, okay? Some of you may have had the same challenges, you know, with your own family as this person had, but I feel like for you guys, you really come out shining, okay? And I do get this energy from this person of that they wish they could kind of be like you, pile number 3. And, but with closed off, guarded, and resistant and tarantula, I feel like, you know, their spirit guides are urging them on to open up creatively, to, you know, to not let their past or the things that happened in the past hold them back, you know? And I do feel like it's bugging this person because they're trying not to look like totally into you, or they're trying not to look totally invested in the situation, right? Because I feel like it would make them feel like uncool. You know what I'm saying? How some people like to do that little, you know, sort of like, you know, back and forth, or, you know, dangle the carrot, that type of thing. Okay. And I feel like I feel like what's bothering this person with the tarantula and the fire is, you know, and spiders have often been, you know, associated with the divine feminine or the dark feminine, and with the fire too, the all-consuming passion and chemistry, right? And this person trying to look off into the distance and be like, la la la, tra la la, I don't see you, I don't see you, but clearly they do, pile number 3, all right? Because they're looking right at you with the 7 of Swords. They're looking right at the butterfly. They're looking right at you and all the changes, okay? And how good you've been doing. And I do feel like this person's like, sweet, cool, like I'm happy for you. But I also feel like this person closes themselves off from fire, intensity, and passion because they're afraid at times. I feel like this person's very like in their head a lot with the 7 of Swords. They may tend to overthink things a lot. They may have a tendency to like, you know, be kind of like laissez-faire or throw caution to the wind when it comes to themselves. I feel like when it comes to themselves, they don't put in a lot of effort to change, okay? Because the 7 of Swords is the Lord of unstable effort. They can be happy for other people though, with sweetness and reputation, and be happy for other people. But this person, I feel like, you know, not only do they sometimes have problems in companionship because of some of the early challenges that they experienced in their, you know, family or growing up. So they may have a tendency to push people away or act repellent to others, you know, and it looks like a big old piece of black tourmaline here. They may give off a vibe of like, stay away, stay away, stay away. But here's the thing, pile number 3. This person sees the changes that you've been through. I do think they like it or they admire you, even if this person doesn't like authority or they don't like quote unquote traditional things as much. I do feel like this person is seeing you and everything you're doing and your accomplishments and everything, and it may kill them to admit it, but pile number 3, you're following your dharma, all right, with the tarantula and this person. And I see you guys like a spider creeping up on this person in your web. You know, what they don't realize is that they're sitting in the middle of your web looking in the other direction, and you guys are about ready to crawl up and eat this person. Like the divine feminine is a devourer, pile number 3, okay? And they're like, tra-la-la-la-la, you know, I don't see it, okay? And it's like, here is all this passion, okay? And I do feel like this person has a tendency, like I said, to overthink, to over-rationalize, and to tell themselves, like, maybe bad things about themselves and then act like they don't care, you know? It's like someone when you tell them, oh, like you could go and apply for this job, and then they're like, no, I couldn't, like I'm not good enough to get that, like I can't do that, right? So this person may kind of tell themselves things like that about relationships or work or other things. And if you guys have been feeling kind of rejected and upset, pile number 3, I just have to say, I've got my hands like this right now in this kind of prayer position. And anyway, but I feel like for those of you that have been feeling kind of rejected or just feeling like this person like doesn't really notice me, they don't really see me, or I'm not putting up with people like that anymore who are cold and guarded, like I've got too much going for me in my life to put up with that. And you know, I'm looking for changes in my own life, and I'm not going to keep throwing all my fire energy at people who are just closed off and guarded and resistant. And pile number 3, it's straight up 1 o'clock right now, pile number 3 in your pile. If you've been feeling rejected or upset or less than because of that, Spirit just wants you to know it's not just, you know, you that this person feels this way towards. It's towards a lot of things in their life, and they do miss out on opportunities for a sweeter, better life because they're trying to buck the system or whatever. And you know, maybe you guys have bucked the system before too, pile number 3, okay? But I mean, you got your own way of doing things and you get to the goal. I feel like pile number 3, even if your methods are different, okay? This person, I feel like, is ignoring their life path, okay? Or they're closed off to the fire and the passion at times, okay? And some of them could be closed off because they're working all the time or, you know, whatever. But whatever the reason is, pile number 3, like, you know, I just feel like this person isn't as, you know, isn't as passionate as you maybe about living life. You know how some people are just like, I'm going to keep creating. I'm going to keep building my web. I'm going to keep expanding. I'm going to keep, you know, even though things in my life haven't been easy, I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to, you know, take life head on and be myself and all of that. I feel you have the ability to do that, pile number 3. And I do think you're coming across as confident to this person, and like you've changed in your confidence, and even your personality is like sweeter, even though you're more confident, etc. Okay, pile number 3. And this person, I feel like it kind of pains them to admit it, but there is a passion, there is a magnetic pull towards you with the tarantula, okay? And, you know, I feel like sometimes this person tries to ignore it, but the feelings are there, okay? And the 10th house in astrology is highly visible. It's an angular house, it's highly visible. Some people in Uranian astrology would say it's the most important house in the birth chart, okay? So it's like this person sees you with sweetness in the 10th house. They see you and the changes, okay? They're just acting like they don't, because maybe it stirs up some insecurities within them about their own path, okay? And maybe some of you too have had trouble with companionship in the past because of, you know, feeling like you can't be yourself, or feeling like partnerships will limit your independence, okay? And, you know, so I do think there's some of that energy going on in this pile number 3. But the fire is there, the beautiful sweetness, the change, the beautiful butterfly, the passion, it's there. But this person has some challenges around companionship, okay? They really do. And you could be as perfect as 10,000 suns lined up right next to each other, shining more brightly than anything in the sky. And this person still sometimes, I feel like, misses the point, okay? Because they've made a habit of doing that. I feel like, of closing themselves off at times to, you know, to passion and what it really could be, okay? But pile number 3, let's get one more card here about this connection, and then we'll take it to the 18+ extended reading, and there'll be a link, Two of Cups. There'll be a link, okay, Death is on the bottom of the deck, so we could have someone, Scorpio energy here too. But talking about challenges to companionship, this person wants to find companionship, pile number 3. But I feel like some things within themselves, with Death here, they're gonna have to go through some big changes of their own, with the butterfly showing up here too, and believing in themselves and recognizing who they are, and, you know, letting their dharma fuel them in life. This person wants to have love, and I feel like sweetness and love, and they want to have a connection that works with the 10th house, okay? And I do feel like this person thinks it could be with you, all right? The Two of Cups in the tarot is the Lord of Love, okay? And I do feel like when they see you, they see a very idealized person. They may idealize you in some way, but then also shut themselves off from love, which, you know, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But when you think about their childhood, it makes more sense. However, I mean, I just think that you guys have too much potential right now to wait 1,000 years for this person to change, okay? We have Death on the bottom of the deck. So Death to me is saying, you know, we have the Knight of Pentacles with Death. So this person is changing, I feel like, pile number 3, but it's very, very slow, okay? They are changing, but, you know, maybe it's 2 steps forwards, 2 steps back. Maybe it's quite slow. And the Knight of Pentacles in the tarot represents Taurus. We have Taurus, Scorpio on the bottom of the deck. So there may be some people with that sign, or maybe this person has Taurus or Scorpio in their chart, okay? But they are changing, okay? They want to change for the better so that they can find companionship. But their changes are not always the most stable. They may go back and forth in their minds sometimes with the 7 of Swords, okay? I do think they want to find a love that lasts, but, you know, like I said, pile number 3, they got to go through a lot of changes in their personality. And the thing I think, pile number 3, is that you guys have already gone through a lot of changes. You guys have already admitted to yourself who you are and what you want. I mean, we're always changing in life. We're always shedding skin, you know, and as we do that, we come to see a more true reflection of ourselves, right? The Two of Cups is all about that reflection of love, okay? So I do feel like when this person looks at you, they see love in your eyes, or they see that sweet reflection of what they would want a relationship ideally to look like. But the question here is, how many changes does this person need to make internally to themselves that doesn't have a whole lot to do with you, you know? I mean, it has to do with their past and where they come from and all of that. How many changes need to go through until that happens? And I feel like some of you feel like, well, am I just wasting my fire? Am I just wasting my passion? And am I just wasting time, essentially, with the tarantula, the butterfly, and the 9 of Pentacles, because this person seems closed off, okay? And, you know, the Two of Cups is a very much an idealized partnership, right? And maybe some of you are wondering, is this actually reality or not? Like, could this actually happen? Okay. So pile number 3, we're going to get into that in your extended reading plus more. And we will get 18 plus messages as well. So thank you so much, pile number 3. And thank you to all the piles today. Thank you so much for listening and being here. I love all your comments. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.